Okay, so one thing you've got to think about when dealing devices like these is obviously identification and workflows you build around identification. Now that can actually get quite complicated, causing all sorts of user experience errors, but also even back to manufacturing and identity within the supply chain and things like that. So let's give you a quick example of how Blecon tackles some of that. You can actually identify a Blecon device using a QR code or an NFC tag, but also by Bluetooth itself. So if we open up the app and click Identify Device, and in this case we're going to click a button to trigger the identification. There we go. So you can see that device has been identified, and it's just telling us some details about that device. Well, that's kind of a developer view of the world, but what we might want to do is instead land on our own website to show some information or some configuration or whatever it might be. So if we go into the network, which this device is connected to, we can choose, in this case, the landing page. So if I just change that landing page to something simple like Google or something like that, obviously this would normally be your own page. Now if we flick back and try this again, so in this case we can click Identify Device, press the button, and there you go. You can see in this case it's actually landed on that site we set, and if we just have a quick look in that URL, you can see actually the device ID itself has been passed as a URL parameter, so you can do whatever you want with that. So that's one example of how, without actually modifying the device at all, you have the option to build in whatever user experience you want around the device, but of course change that after the device has been manufactured or even shipped to the customer without modifying the device itself.